Good evening, everybody. Well, it's certainly good evening in Brisbane, Australia anyway, as I'm now doing video blog number 89. So many thanks again for joining me for this call, or for this video. How many of you feel that 24 hours in a day just isn't enough? Well, the title of my video blog today, How to Match Your Time with Your Key Priorities, I thought it was a good time to do it. And to actually use that title, and what with us now going into the new year, some of you may have some New Year's resolutions, goals, dreams, targets, you name it, those sorts of things. But even for all of those things, you still are struggling to find time to get everything done. And I found a quote from Covey, which is part of this video blog, and it says, most of us spend too much time on what is urgent and not enough time on what is important. Now, just this week I've joined up with my coach or mentor, Jenny Ryan, and we've gone into a 90-day blitz. And there are certain tasks, if you like, things that need to be done each and every day. Now, to help me to get those things done on top of everything else, I'm still working full time, still running my business, so there's lots and lots of things to do, and sometimes I feel you get to a point where you just wonder if you're going to get everything done for the day. So what I'd like to share with you is just a very, very simple, or probably even a couple of very simple ideas which I've got, which might give some value and might help you to structure your day so that you can also get things done. Okay, the first idea is you list down all the things that you need to do. From that list, you can then categorize into certain groups. You might have one for work, a group for work, you might have a group for home, one for social, church, all sorts of different things. You determine what the names of those groups will be. You put those tasks into those groups. Once they're grouped, you then prioritize within those groups, numbered 1, 2, 3 and so on, the highest priority through to the lowest priority. And you might choose to take one group at a time. So let's say if you had 5 tasks in business, you take the first one, finish it, go to the second one, finish it, go to the third, and so on and so on. Or what you might choose to do is you might say, okay, I've got a number of groups, let's say half a dozen, and you might take number 1 in each of those groups and do those 6 tasks first. Now, I generally find if you've got half a dozen tasks, really important ones that must be done each day, do those on one day. Okay, you've got all your number 1s done, and then the following day, what are currently your number 2s will then go up to being your number 1 tasks in each of those groups, and you work on those. So at least you've got some sort of structure to work through those tasks to get them done. Now, the other idea that I've got, that I use a lot, is that I need to have some sort of structure. It works for me. It might not work for you, but for me it does. And so what I've done is in my diary, I've actually structured when I will do the certain tasks. Okay, so as I said before, working full time, I've still got my job to do. So what I do is, if I'm having like a coffee break, in that coffee break I've got 10 minutes, 15 minutes where I can make business calls or do something with my business in that short space of time. So I'm using the time, valuable time, to the best of my ability. So I'm not wasting any time. Okay, so I've got that structure there to allow me to do that. And there's even been times in the past where I've even put there sorts of times when I go to bed, and when I wake up, and meal times and family times, and just really get my diary structured so that I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing at any given time. Now, having said that, yes, it's all well and good in theory, okay, but there are times, and right now is a good example. I was actually scheduled to have finished this particular blog looking at the clock, some half an hour ago. But this evening I had a phone call which wasn't expected, and yeah, look, it's put me back a little bit, but that's okay. I will still get my things done for today because I've made that flexibility within my schedule to allow that to happen. Okay. And I've just thought of another idea that I'll share with you very quickly, and that is you might like to put aside certain times in the day when you'll read your emails, when you'll read your Facebook, or if there's anything else social media wise, so that you're not reading Facebook and emails all the time and everything else gets forgotten. You might want to distract you certain times in the day to do those sorts of activities. So I've given you 2 or 3 ideas there. Yeah, might be of some use. I hope they are. Got some value from that call, from this video, and leave a comment below, because any sort of feedback on these sorts of discussions I'm having with you always helps me to know whether it's useful information, if it's valuable or not. So I really do appreciate your feedback. And yeah, look, in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Keep smiling, as I always say, and always try to do it as well. But enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Cheers for now.